Welcome to our DTS Sound Space Sundays. I'm Megan Holiday, and today I'm so excited to be joined by Jaden. What's up, my dude? How you doing?
What is up? I'm fantastic. Thank you all so much for having me.
Aw, thank you so much. So you really went all out for this at-home performance. So before we get to talking, let's just actually jump straight into that, all right?
Perfect. I hope you all enjoy it.
I got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. And you were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. But today I drove through the suburbs, crying cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me down. So much older than me, she's everything I'm insecure about. Yeah, today I drove through the suburbs, big shit, I was driving home to you. Cause I know it weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way before. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Cause you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. And all my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you, yeah. I kinda feel sorry for them, cause they'll never know you the way that I do, yeah. Today I drove through the suburbs, and big shit, I was driving home to you. Cause I know it weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way before. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Cause you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars, front yards. Can't drive past the places we used to go to. And you still know I love you, babe, babe. Sidewalks we cross, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing over all the noise. God, I'm so blue, now we're through. You know I still love you, babe, babe. I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Cause you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. These thoughts in my head take control, but when I'm down I beg for more. Yeah, I beg for more. And I've been thinking about you all night. I don't wanna fight. All these other random girls wanna kill my vibe. Yeah, what a waste of time. So what, I'm broken, and my heart is frozen. All my words are choking, I'm so over life. It's been cloudy with the chance of depression. Broke my heart and I learned my lesson. It's already over in my head. It's been cloudy with the chance of anxiety. Can't keep out the demons inside of me. Maybe I'm just better off dead. Cause you love me and you hate me. Use your body to stay me. And you made me so crazy. You made me miserable. It's been cloudy with the chips of depression. Broke my heart and I learned my lesson. It's already over in my head. It's been cloudy with the chips of anxiety. Can't keep out the demons inside of me. Maybe I'm just better off dead. Why you always gotta have the last word? You don't want my passwords. Watch you walk away, I'm bending backwards. So tell me that you love me and you miss me when you plaster. Who can screw each other over faster? Disaster. You make me worse, not better. You act like so whatever. Mistake my pain for pleasure. You take your mind like the weather. Cloudy with the chance of depression. Broke my heart and I learned my lesson. It's already over in my head. It's been cloudy with the chance of anxiety. Can't keep out the demons inside of me. Baby, I'm just better off dead. It's been cloudy with the chance of depression. Broke my heart and I learned my lesson. It's already over in my head. It's been cloudy with the chance of anxiety. Can't keep out the demons inside of me. Maybe I'm just better off dead. It's been cloudy with the chance of depression. Broke my heart and I learned my lesson. It's already over in my head. It's been cloudy with the chance of anxiety. Can't keep out the demons inside of me. Maybe I'm just better off dead. Cause you love me and you hate me. Use your body to stay me. And you make me so crazy. You made me miserable. Two-face, yeah. Black, white, left, right, yeah. Up, down, all night, yeah. Can't escape it ever, don't forget my name. I don't feel the same on a trip, no train. And all these angels and demons keep shouting and screaming. I'm falling from Eden. Love me like a rock star, dancing on a cop car. Nothing in the world can stop me now. Wasted like a rock star, riding in a cop car. No one in the world can help me out. Everybody said that I'm falling. Take another line, I'm calling. I'm so sick of the nonsense. I'ma dive into the mosh pit. I don't really think I'm the problem. I don't really think it's a problem. Me plus me is a problem. One gunshot can solve them. Tell my friends I'm sorry though, yeah. Tell my sins to go. And all these angels and demons keep shouting and screaming. I'm falling from Eden. Love me like a rock star, dancing on a cop car. Nothing in the world can stop me now. Wasted like a rock star, riding in a cop car. No one in the world can help me out. And all these angels and demons keep
Do you have anything that you really remember from that day, maybe behind the scenes or something fun that happened on that day?
I remember it was like at the end of the performance, we just got done, and by the way, everyone who was involved did fantastic, and I'm actually glad that I got the opportunity to do it in my own space at Travis's studio, because something happened when I tried to go to KROQ, so I wasn't able to do it there, and so we were kind of bummed, but then it worked out for the better. But at the end, I looked at everyone and I was like, guys, we're all matching, and we all had white shirts, black pants, and and that was it. It was like white shirts, black pants, and black shoes. And I was like, we're all matching. I was like, that's fire. We didn't even plan it. And then we're all like tatted. We're all like tatted, me, Kenji, and Trav. So we literally just looked like, we're like, guys, we're literally a band. And I was like, maybe we should do this for a living. And they're like, yeah, maybe we should.
Might be something to think about, you know?
Yeah, we'll think about it.
So, Jaden, thank you so much for joining us for our DTS Soundspace Sundays. And, you know, I know in the past you've talked about how you went and saw, you know, the late and great Juice WRLD, and that was one of your first concerts. It blew your mind. That was when you knew you wanted to do music.
Absolutely.
But like going back to when you were growing up in Texas and Tennessee, what's maybe like your earliest childhood memory of, you know, music having a really profound impact on you?
You know, I was definitely surrounded by music a lot. My parents were pastors, and my dad was heavily involved in like choir and stuff like that. And so there's a bunch of different moments where it impacted me, but I can remember when I was like 10 years old, that was around the time Justin Bieber released his Never Say Never movie. And I watched it with my family, and I remember like, I was an emotional kid anyway, so me like crying because of like some of the scenes wasn't a big deal. But I definitely shed a tear, and I was like, I don't know, it just impacted me. And I was like, I saw him on how much all of his fans meant to him, and I was like, I don't know, it just struck a chord to me. And it wasn't like a big life-changing moment at that, but it definitely planted a seed inside of me that I know for sure sprouted into where I am today. And now I work with like people that are so intertwined and connected with JB that it's like super cool to see how God and you know life has just worked out for me, and really that's how I know I'm in the place I need to be in, because like that's so uncoincidental, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not like something that really happens to a lot of people, so I'm super confident where I'm at. It's super fun.
So awesome. I love when stuff like that happens, and it happens to me too, you know, where you know, I'm obsessed with someone and an artist, and then I get to talk to them, and it means it's so meaningful to me.
Literally,
you know,
everyone has that. Everyone has that in their life, and I think it really just takes like kind of focusing in and looking in on it, and focusing on like your goals and your dreams, and that's what I've been able to do. So
it was right around this time a year ago, you put out your first single independently, Comatose. And maybe for people that don't know the story, you got a phone call from Travis Barker, the legend, like the coolest dude in the world, the next day. And maybe just tell that story about how that happened and making the decision to sign with Travis's label, DTA Records.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any, you know, idea of what the music industry was about. You know, you think you see things, you think you know, like see whatever, but I promise you, to anyone watching online, by the way, like usually like what it says is like half of the story. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always more to it. So I was just like this kid from the South, like just made a song, really had no idea what all of these numbers meant. And people were coming to me like, bro, like this is like insane. And I'm like trying to understand it, you know, like I'm trying to like really capture. And so Travis calls, he's the first person. And my team's like, Travis Barker just called us and was like, yo, I'm interested in this kid. He said that Landon came up to him and showed him my song and was like, yo, this kid's like making rock music. And Travis was like, oh shit, yeah, he is. So we got in contact, but then I went and met with other labels and really kind of forgot that he hit us up for a little bit, because this was like a 2-week process in New York. And so we came back home, met with everyone here. And then he was actually like the last person I met. And we just went to his restaurant, his vegan restaurant called Crossroads, which is fire, by the way.
Oh, yeah. There.
Oh, it's so gas. It's like actually really good. Like you wouldn't know it's vegan, which is bizarre. But we just kicked it, you know, and like he was just a real ass dude, and he like treated me like a human being, even though that man's like a superstar. You know, like people don't understand how much he influenced and changed, you know, the course of music history. And so that's really what struck me. He pulled me in the car, showed me music that he was making with Kells and Youngblood, and actually acting like that. He literally showed me that song like last year, and then they just came out with it recently. But he showed me that in the car, and he was just like so humble and like down to earth. I was like, there's no way that I can't go with this guy. Like I'm gonna be I'm signing to a real ass human being, not just signing to like a corporation, you know, like that's such a advantage. I feel like there's not a lot of people that have that, you know, a lot of amazing rappers really get to do that in that culture. But like in the rock scene, that's usually not like, it hasn't really been done before. So it's been really an honor just to be a part of this new journey that we've both been starting. It's dope. Like, it's great.
You get to have a mentor, someone that's been there, been through it all. You know, what could be better than that? And I also just wanted to say that I love how open you are in terms of talking about your mental health stuff. I mean, it comes through in your music, Better Off Dead, Pray. You're very vocal about your struggles, and I really appreciate that. I'm like a drug addict in recovery, and I deal with a lot of anxiety and depression stuff too. So like, what message would you want to share with someone, you know, who might be struggling today? What's kind of your thing? What are you all about?
You know, I would say, one, it's different for every person, which a lot of people don't understand. I think that's really a hard thing for people to grasp, because it's not just like people are fighting, like, say, addiction or depression. They're also fighting themselves, because like you become your own worst enemy, you know, in the lowest points of your life. So like, depending on the person, and I'm glad that you say that, because my best friend, who I now get to work with, really, his name's Cooper. He literally went through like one of the hardest drug battles I've seen in a while, and he recovered from it. And like, I've got to see that with him. And he told me that like, genuinely the only thing that struck a chord in him was because I showed him genuine love. He said that no one's ever done that for him before. And I took that, and that's why I kind of really, I don't know, a lot of people like to look at my Twitter. People try to like use Twitter to like shit on other people, which I think is stupid. I think should be an app to like, you know, spread positivity. Anyway, but I say love leads to change on there a lot. I've tried to start that kind of, you know, hashtag or trend or whatever, just because I genuinely believe that like that's what leads people to change is love. You know, I've seen it firsthand with my friend, my best friend. And he told me that the love I showed him, like that he really hadn't felt from anyone, gave him an opportunity to have some strength. And so it's been like a weird battle personally with my mental health, but it's been by opening up and being vulnerable that I've actually found, you know, more help and, you know, more prosperity and more, you know, growth in general. So it's been awesome.
Yeah. So I think so much healing happens when you actually let it outside of your head and you talk about it and you get it out in the world and people reach back. And so it creates a sense of connection. And that's also how we get better too.
Absolutely.
So this next question is actually from Sally, who won our SoCal Helpful Honda Dealers question contest. So what's the best advice you've been given regarding your music and or your personal life?
This comes from a TikTok my girlfriend showed me the other day, because it said, that was the question, you know, what's the best lesson you would say you give? And someone answered and said, a glow stick has to break before it can glow. And, you know, that may sound extremely cheesy, but if you actually think about it, you know, that simple ideal is like very accurate, you know. It takes mistakes and it takes breaking a little bit to get anywhere in life, you know. You can't run from your pain, you know. Pain's going to follow you everywhere, so you might as well learn from it and take advantage of the opportunity at hand. I think people are really quick to judge and really slow to forgive, and I think we should turn that around in our lives and our own personal lives and in society in general. And I think that's how we started.
I love that so much. And, you know, yeah, it's like, I wouldn't change anything about my past. And I've done a lot of crazy stuff and a lot of self-sabotage, but it's all made me who I am. And it's made me better to be able to relate to other people, be more empathetic, and simply to just be kind.
100%. Like, you have it exactly right. That's exactly true. I mean, like, you can't connect with other people if you can't connect with like yourself, you know, if you haven't been through anything, you know. So that's exactly right, I think.
So obviously, you know, you've got 16 million plus followers across all of your platforms. So what are you doing to make contact with your fans during the pandemic?
You know, one thing that I was just talking to my day-to-day the other day about this is the community app. It's actually really cool. A lot of people don't understand that. When I text, it's like this mass text app, right? Like, I can text 30,000 people at once. It allows me to text like people in different cities about like promo stuff and everything. They don't realize that I am actually like sending out the text to 30,000 people. It's not like a fake, it's not like someone else, and it's not like a fake thing. It just sends it to everyone. It sends the same one to everyone. And so I can go through and like answer people. And so one thing is, it's awesome to see the fans and how like amazing they are, like, you know, staying connected, buying and getting merch, staying updated about the album, even though it's been kind of a rocky road, because it's gone, you know, the date's been pushed a little bit through the past couple months, but they've been amazing. But there's also the people who like just to shit on everyone. So you go through the comments of the text and they're like, I'm like, yo guys, just dropped this Valentine's Day drop, go check it out. And they're like, no, I'm good. And they're like, you go through the text, and so I'll go through and like respond to them, right? And they'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that you were actually like on here. I thought this was like a fake text thing. And I'm it's just so funny. I think it's hilarious. People be switching up, bro. People be switching up when you answer.
I love it. Direct to the source. Yeah, let's talk about your new album, your debut album. Tell me about Tomorrow. You know, obviously we played So What on the radio. We play Angels and Demons all the time. What has been the best part about making this album, or maybe a favorite track of yours? And can you give us a release date?
Okay, I'll go in order. So, favorite part about making the album, that's hard. Okay, that's like, because there's a difference between like making the album and then like making the actual music, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So sorry, these stupid ass fire trucks. Okay. Just tell me if you can hear me. But we live right off Sunset, and it like everyone finds out, and it's like so annoying. But anyway, so the music itself has been like groundbreaking for me, if I'm being completely honest. Like I tapped into like a whole different. I'm honestly grateful that we pushed the album, because I've cut like more than half of the songs, maybe like twice. You know what I'm saying? And so the songs that I'm set with right now are just so cohesive, so congruent. And like, it feels like 2003, 2008, nostalgic MTV fucking every week, like #1 on the chart type thing. It's like, that's what it feels like. This music is bringing back All Time Low, Taking Back Sunday, you know, like, but it's a little more charming. I said that in another interview another day, and that's what makes me excited about it, is it still sounds fresh, because it's like more charming than like the music was back then. So the music itself is exciting, but my favorite part about making the album is really just how close I've gotten to Travis. Like, he's literally just my favorite man, bro. I trust him with everything, and he's taught me a lot of lessons throughout this thing, and he really steers me in the right direction. So it's been really cool. Also, I've got to integrate like real stuff in my life, and that's what people don't understand about music, is it's not just a money grab. Like, getting to curate and create something and create music that millions of people listen to, that I've actually gone through, you know, like there's songs on there that everything I write is 100% real, you know, like it's about talking about things that I felt and gone through, you know. And the last title track, I'll tell you this, the title track of the album, which is my personally like really my favorite song, it's like a ballad. and it's called Tell Me About Tomorrow, and it ties in the entire album, and it's really about the story with me and my best friend and like his like battle with like addiction and stuff. So it's gonna be fantastic, but I can't give you a date because that's some stuff that we're keeping a secret. Okay, we want people to just to know, and then when they know, and everyone gets hyped. You feel me?
Well, I had to try.
You have to. I appreciate it.
Well, Jaden, I cannot wait for your album to drop. Tell Me About Tomorrow, coming out very soon. It has been so lovely just getting to chop it up with you and chat today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Megan. It's been fun.
Yeah, this has been super fun. I can't wait to meet you in real life.
I know. Well, hopefully soon. Everything has been opening up. You know, I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. I think we're getting better on the right track. Awesome.
Well, Jaden, thanks so much for hanging out for our DTS Soundspace Sundays. I will see you when I see you.
All right. Adios. Have a fantastic day. All right.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me, Megan Holiday, for our DTS Soundspace Sundays. That was such a fun chat, and it was so cool to just kind of get in there and talk about some real stuff with Jaden. And you can check us out right here the first Sunday of every month for our DTS Soundspace Sundays at 7:30 on Sunday. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.